Have you ever walked into a room, paused, and thought, now, why did I come in here? Or maybe you're searching for a word that's usually right on the tip of your tongue, and it just vanishes. It's a common experience, and for many of us over 70, these little moments can spark a deeper worry. We start to wonder if these are just normal signs of aging, or something more. The painful reality is that while some forgetfulness is indeed part of life's journey, there are things we unknowingly do, habits we've carried for years, that aren't just contributing to these moments, but actively harming our precious brain health. Many of these actions are so ingrained, so seemingly innocent, that we don't even realize the silent damage they're doing, especially as we get older. But the good news, the secret I want to share with you, is that many of these harms are preventable, even reversible, with just a few simple shifts in our daily lives. In this video, we're going to gently uncover some of these surprising habits that might be holding your brain back. And more importantly, discover simple, empowering ways to transform them. We'll look at 5 key areas that, once addressed, can help sharpen your mind, boost your energy, and even improve your overall well-being. So please, watch to the very end, because there's something truly surprising waiting for you. Something that can profoundly change how you think about your brain health. Let's gently dive into the very first habit that might be quietly undermining your brain without you even realizing it. A lifelong reliance on highly processed foods and the hidden sugars they contain. For years, we've been told that a balanced diet is important. But as we age, the impact of what we put into our bodies becomes even more profound, especially on our brains. Think about it: a quick biscuit with your tea, a ready meal for dinner after a long day, or those seemingly innocent low-fat yogurts packed with sweeteners. These are not just treats. They are often nutritional landmines for your cognitive function. Our brains run on glucose, yes, but they need a steady, slow-release supply, not the sudden surge and crash that comes from refined sugars and carbohydrates. When you consume a sugary drink or a refined snack, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your body then rushes to produce insulin to bring it down, leading to a sudden drop. This roller coaster ride is incredibly stressful for your brain cells. Over time, these constant fluctuations can lead to insulin resistance, even in the brain, making it harder for brain cells to use glucose for energy, essentially starving them. This continuous inflammation and struggle for energy has been directly linked to an increased risk of cognitive decline, memory problems, and even conditions like Alzheimer's. It's not about immediate memory loss after one sugary treat, but the cumulative effect of decades of this kind of eating. Imagine your brain as a finely tuned engine. You wouldn't put dirty, low-quality fuel into a classic car and expect it to run perfectly for years, would you? The same applies to your brain. So, what can we do about it? It's not about drastic overhauls overnight, but gentle, consistent shifts. Start by becoming a detective of your diet. Read labels. Sugar hides under many names: corn syrup, dextrose, fructose, maltose, sucrose. The list goes on. Be mindful of not just the obvious sweets, but also sauces, salad dressings, bread, and even seemingly healthy granola bars. Instead of reaching for that processed snack when you feel a dip in energy, try a handful of unsalted nuts, a piece of fruit like an apple or a few berries, or a hard-boiled egg. These provide sustained energy and a wealth of nutrients. When it comes to meals, focus on real, whole foods. Think about cooking from scratch more often. Even simple dishes, a home-cooked meal, even something as basic as roasted vegetables with a piece of fish or chicken, gives you complete control over the ingredients. Swap out sugary breakfast cereals for oatmeal topped with fresh fruit and a sprinkle of cinnamon, which can help regulate blood sugar. If you love a sweet treat, try natural alternatives. Mash a banana into plain yogurt, or bake apples with a touch of spice. These small choices send a powerful message to your brain. I'm nourishing you with the best fuel available. Remember, this isn't about deprivation. It's about empowerment. It's about giving your brain the consistent, clean energy it needs to function optimally, helping you feel sharper, more energetic, and more present in your daily life. It's a habit change that pays dividends in mental clarity and long-term brain health. Now, let's move on to our next quiet brain harmer. One that many of us fall into without even realizing its profound impact, living a life devoid of new learning and intellectual challenge. As we get older, it's easy to settle into familiar routines. We have our favorite TV shows, our preferred ways of doing things, and our comfortable social circles. While routine provides comfort, a brain that isn't regularly challenged with new information or novel experiences can begin to stagnate. Think of your brain like a muscle. Just as your leg muscles weaken if you stop walking, your cognitive muscles can lose their strength and flexibility if they're not exercised. The amazing thing about the brain is its capacity for neuroplasticity, its ability to form new connections and pathways throughout life. This isn't just for children or young adults. It applies to us at any age. When we stop learning, when we stop engaging with new ideas, or when we simply stick to what we already know, we miss out on opportunities to build new neural networks and strengthen existing ones. This lack of mental stimulation can contribute to feelings of apathy, reduced problem-solving skills, and a general decline in cognitive agility. It's like having a beautiful garden that you stop tending. Eventually, the weeds take over and the vibrant plants wither. Your brain thrives on novelty and challenge, and neglecting this essential nutrient can be just as detrimental as poor diet. We might tell ourselves we're too old to learn new tricks, or what's the point? But this mindset is precisely what harms our incredible capacity to stay sharp and engaged. So, how can we reignite that spark of curiosity and challenge our brains in wonderful ways? The good news is, it doesn't have to be formal education or something intimidating. It can be joyful and integrated into your daily life. Start by trying something completely new, something you've always secretly wanted to do but never made time for. Maybe it's learning a few phrases in a new language, even just enough for a hypothetical trip, or perhaps picking up a musical instrument you played decades ago, or even starting from scratch with something like a ukulele. If that feels too daunting, try something simpler. Read a book outside your usual genre. If you always read mysteries, pick up a historical fiction or a non-fiction book about a topic you know nothing about. Engage in puzzles that challenge different parts of your brain, crosswords, Sudoku, jigsaw puzzles, or even strategic board games with friends or family. Learning a new craft, like knitting, pottery, or painting, can also be incredibly stimulating, engaging both your hands and your mind. Another powerful way to challenge your brain is to change up your routine. Take a different route on your daily walk. Try a new recipe. Visit a museum or an art gallery you've never been to before. Even simple things, like using your non-dominant hand for certain tasks, like brushing your teeth or trying to navigate a familiar place without GPS, can awaken dormant brain pathways. The key is consistent, gentle novelty. Embrace the beginner's mindset, allowing yourself to be curious and to make mistakes. The goal isn't perfection, but participation. Every time you stretch your mind, every time you learn something new or approach a problem in a different way, you're building a stronger, more resilient brain. You're cultivating that inner garden, ensuring it remains vibrant and full of life, allowing you to stay curious, adaptable, and sharp for years to come. Moving on from keeping our minds active, let's shine a light on another silent saboteur of brain health that often goes unaddressed. Particularly as we get older, consistently poor sleep patterns. For many of us, sleep becomes a battleground after 70. We might struggle to fall asleep, wake up frequently during the night, or find ourselves rising hours before dawn. There's a common misconception that as you age, you simply need less sleep, or that fragmented sleep is just part of getting older. But this couldn't be further from the truth. And believing it is harming your brain in ways you might not even realize. Sleep is not simply a period of rest. It's an incredibly active and vital time for your brain. During deep sleep, your brain literally cleans itself. It's like the night shift cleaning crew coming in, flushing out metabolic waste products and toxins that accumulate during the day, including beta-amyloid proteins, which are strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. Without adequate, restorative sleep, these harmful substances can build up, leading to inflammation and cellular damage over time. Moreover, sleep is crucial for memory consolidation. While you sleep, your brain reviews and files away the memories and learning from the day, cementing them into your long-term memory. Lack of sleep impairs this process, making it harder to learn new things and to recall existing information. You might find yourself feeling foggy, irritable, or less able to focus. And over time, chronic sleep deprivation contributes to a decline in cognitive function, affecting everything from problem-solving to decision-making. Ignoring persistent sleep issues is akin to neglecting the nightly maintenance of a crucial machine. Eventually, it will break down. So, how can we cultivate better sleep and give our brains the restorative rest they desperately need? The first step is to prioritize it, acknowledging its immense importance for your brain and overall well-being. Try to establish a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time each day helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, known as your circadian rhythm. Create a calming bedtime routine. This could involve winding down an hour before bed with quiet activities like reading a physical book, listening to soothing music, or taking a warm bath. Avoid stimulating activities like watching intense TV shows, scrolling on your phone, or engaging in stressful conversations in the hour or two before bed. Your bedroom environment matters too. Make sure it's dark, quiet, and cool. Consider blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine if necessary. Limiting caffeine and alcohol, especially in the afternoon and evening, can also make a significant difference. While alcohol might make you feel drowsy initially, it disrupts the quality of your sleep later in the night. If you find yourself struggling to fall asleep, resist the urge to lie in bed tossing and turning for hours. Get up, do a quiet activity in dim light, and only return to bed when you feel truly sleepy. Daytime activity, even gentle exercise like a brisk walk, can also improve sleep quality. But try to avoid vigorous exercise too close to bedtime. If you've tried these strategies and still struggle with chronic insomnia, please talk to your doctor. There might be underlying medical conditions or medications affecting your sleep, and getting professional advice can be a game changer. Investing in good sleep is one of the most powerful gifts you can give your brain, allowing it to repair, refresh, and prepare you for a sharp and vibrant day ahead. Next, let's address a profound silent harm to your brain that is surprisingly prevalent in our later years: chronic social isolation and a lack of meaningful connection. As we age, our social circles can naturally shrink. Friends may move away or pass on. Family might live far. And daily routines that once brought us into contact with others change. While solitude can be wonderful and necessary, sustained isolation is not just lonely, it's profoundly detrimental to your brain health. Humans are fundamentally social creatures. Our brains evolved to connect, communicate, and interact with others. When we engage in social activities, our brains are stimulated in multiple ways. We process facial expressions, interpret tone of voice, recall shared memories, and engage in problem-solving during conversations. These interactions keep our cognitive wheels turning and help build cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to cope with challenges and pathology. Conversely, chronic loneliness and social isolation have been linked to increased inflammation, higher stress hormone levels, elevated blood pressure, and a significantly higher risk of cognitive decline and dementia. It's not just about having people around. It's about feeling connected, valued, and having meaningful interactions that provide a sense of purpose and belonging. Ignoring this vital aspect of human well-being is like depriving your brain of crucial nutrients, leaving it vulnerable to decline. You might tell yourself you're perfectly happy alone, and indeed you might be for periods, but consistent. Deep-seated isolation over time takes a toll that many of us don't fully comprehend until its effects become apparent. So, how can we gently reweave social connection back into the fabric of our lives? Even if it feels daunting at first, it doesn't have to mean grand gestures or large parties. Start small, with genuine intent. Think about reaching out to old friends or distant relatives you haven't spoken to in a while, even with just a simple phone call or a short letter. If you have family nearby, make a conscious effort to schedule regular visits or activities. Consider joining a local club or group that aligns with your interests. This could be a book club, a walking group, a gardening club, a craft circle, or a senior center activity. These settings provide ready-made opportunities for conversation and shared purpose, making it easier to connect with like-minded individuals. Volunteering your time for a cause you care about is another powerful way to foster connection. Whether it's helping at a local library, a food bank, an animal shelter, or a community garden. Giving back creates opportunities for meaningful interaction and a profound sense of purpose, which is itself a powerful brain booster. Don't underestimate the power of even brief, daily interactions, a friendly chat with the cashier at the grocery store, a wave to your neighbor, or a kind word to someone you pass on the street. These small moments add up, reinforcing your sense of connection to the wider world. If you've always wanted a pet, consider adopting one. A dog or cat can provide immense companionship and a reason to engage with others during walks or vet visits. The key is finding what feels comfortable and authentic for you. Remember, it's not about the number of friends you have, but the quality of your connections and the sense of belonging you cultivate. Nurturing these social bonds isn't just good for your heart. It's essential for a thriving, resilient brain, helping you stay sharper, happier, and more connected to the world around you. Finally, let's explore a subtle but pervasive brain harmer that often goes unnoticed because its symptoms can be so vague. Often dismissed as just part of aging, ignoring persistent low-grade inflammation in your body. We often think of inflammation as the immediate redness and swelling from an injury. But there's a silent, chronic form that simmers beneath the surface, slowly damaging tissues and organs, including your brain. This low-grade inflammation isn't something you typically feel acutely, but it's fueled by many aspects of our modern lifestyle, that steady diet of processed foods and hidden sugars we talked about. Chronic stress, lack of physical activity, poor sleep, and even certain environmental toxins. When inflammation becomes chronic, your body is in a constant state of alert, producing inflammatory chemicals that can cross the blood-brain barrier. Once in the brain, these chemicals act like irritants, damaging brain cells, disrupting communication between neurons, and contributing to the accumulation of harmful proteins like beta-amyloid. Over time, this quiet, persistent inflammation has been strongly linked to neurodegenerative diseases, including Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, as well as general cognitive decline, memory problems, and even mood disorders like depression and anxiety. You might experience subtle symptoms like persistent fatigue, unexplained aches and pains, digestive issues, brain fog, or difficulty concentrating, and often just attribute them to getting older. But these could be your body's whispers telling you that internal fires are burning, silently harming your most vital organ. Failing to acknowledge and address this underlying inflammatory state is a critical oversight for brain health in our later years. So, what empowering steps can we take to put out these internal fires and protect our brains from this silent threat? The most powerful tool we have is our diet. Embrace an anti-inflammatory eating pattern, which really means focusing on whole, unprocessed foods. Load your plate with colorful fruits and vegetables, berries, leafy greens, broccoli, bell peppers, as their antioxidants directly combat inflammation. Incorporate healthy fats rich in omega-3s, found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, as well as flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. These are like brain-building fire extinguishers. Use anti-inflammatory spices generously in your cooking. Turmeric, especially with black pepper, ginger, garlic, and cinnamon, are all fantastic. Limit or eliminate those highly processed foods, sugary drinks, and refined carbohydrates we discussed earlier, as these are major drivers of inflammation. Beyond diet, regular, gentle movement is key. You don't need to run marathons. A daily brisk walk, some gentle stretching, or chair exercises can significantly reduce inflammation. Movement helps circulate blood, reduce stress hormones, and supports overall cellular health. Managing stress is also vital. Chronic stress floods your body with inflammatory hormones. Find simple, daily practices that calm your nervous system. Whether it's mindful breathing exercises, spending time in nature, listening to music, or engaging in a relaxing hobby, prioritizing quality sleep, as we've discussed, is another crucial anti-inflammatory strategy, as sleep allows the body to repair and reset. Lastly, if you have chronic health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or autoimmune disorders, ensure they are well managed with your doctor, as these conditions often fuel inflammation. By consciously adopting an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, you're not just improving your physical health, you're actively protecting your brain, reducing the silent damage, and paving the way for clearer thinking, better memory, and a more vibrant life. It's clear, isn't it, those seemingly harmless everyday actions and subtle omissions, the processed foods, the lack of new learning, fragmented sleep, social isolation, and ignored inflammation. They aren't just minor inconveniences as we age. They are, in fact, quietly chipping away at the very core of our cognitive vitality. But here's the beautiful truth: you are not powerless. Every single habit we've discussed today offers you an incredible opportunity for change, for reclaiming and enhancing your brain health. No matter your age, remember, small changes, consistently applied, can make an enormous difference to your health and happiness. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with just one thing. Maybe it's swapping out that sugary drink for a glass of water with lemon, or trying to learn one new word in a foreign language each day, or making a conscious effort to go to bed at the same time every night. Perhaps it's simply picking up the phone to call an old friend or adding a vibrant new vegetable to your dinner plate tonight. Each step, no matter how small, is a powerful act of self-care and a direct investment in your brain's future. Your brain is resilient, adaptable, and capable of amazing things, especially when you give it the right support. This journey is about empowerment, about taking gentle control of your well-being. It's about recognizing that aging doesn't have to mean inevitable decline. It can be a vibrant, enriching period of continued growth and clarity. So, I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these habits resonated with you the most? And what one tiny step will you commit to taking this week to support your brain? Share your thoughts and intentions in the comments below. Your experiences and ideas can inspire so many others in our wonderful community. If you found this conversation helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more people who can benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and encouraging insights on living your best life at every age. Remember, your brain is your most valuable asset, the engine of your thoughts, memories, and personality. Nurture it, cherish it, and empower it. You have the capacity to live a life filled with clarity, joy, and purpose. Now and for many years to come. Live your best life at every age.